There's a look at the East River facing south, crossing over the bridge, heading into Brooklyn. Not exactly breakneck speed, but we're getting there. Here we are in Park Slope, sort of the quintessential Brooklyn neighborhood. This is how a lot of the streets look here that are residential, these style of buildings. It's actually a pretty nice neighborhood here. Got a lot of public parks, artwork and things. There's a ton of restaurants and food here, though not quite as cheap as Manhattan, but still some pretty good options. See, the sun is setting. It's my first night in Brooklyn. Here for a couple of days, though. Got a few areas I want to check out. Okay, today we're heading south along the western edge of Brooklyn. It's the Verrazano Narrows Bridge you see there. A little toll road that connects Brooklyn to Staten Island. And they say you can't drive in New York. I got here. Took about 40 minutes, but we made it southern tip of Brooklyn. It's Coney Island, world famous. Got some pretty cool modern coasters in here, though. This one looks fun. It's got this weird rotary style lift to get you up to the top. It looks like a pretty fun one. Over on this side, just beyond the racetrack, they got another pretty cool one. That is a good-sized loop. Definitely got a few pretty good modern coasters here. Right next door, they got this little stadium here, some minor league baseball. This is the home of the Brooklyn Cyclones, as you can see up here. Checking out the pier, however, it is way too windy, as I'm sure you can tell by the sound. I'm on the bicycle, and yeah, it's a little gusty out here. See all the sand being blown into the air. Stand in the wrong place, you kind of get pelted by it. Taking a little break, stop to get a bite to eat. Can't come to Coney Island and not get a Coney dog. Classic Nathan's. Now, I always knew this to be chili, cheese, and onions, but I asked the gentleman, and he said it doesn't come with onions, so it's actually a relief to me. Pretty tasty dog, but what can I say? I'm a Hebrew National guy. Wind still blowing fierce out here on the boardwalk. These are actually the restrooms of Coney Island. Kind of unusual looking. This style of fence I recognize. You ever see the movie The Warriors? The movie was actually set right here in Coney Island. That was their turf, so to speak. And what you're looking at now is Stillwell Station, where they began their journey from Coney Island all the way to Van Cortlandt Park to escape all the other gang members. If you haven't seen it, I really suggest going back and looking at it. It's a really weird period in time for New York when they weren't exactly at their best. Alright, back on the bike. We are riding north now along that same western edge of Brooklyn. Promises to be some sights. Man, all this landscaping is just spot on. Like I'm in a jungle or something. Whoa, big fucking bug. Jesus. Tried to get in my mouth. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Heck of a view. This would be the southeastern edge of Manhattan we're looking at. Some of the bridges over there, kind of see Brooklyn. These people enjoying the view. It's actually a restaurant. You can tell from the clientele that it's certainly not cheap. But that's pretty cool. Dying on a boat, looking at this. Man, it's pretty crazy that all this lush greenery can come out of basically a layer of dirt over a concrete dock. It's certainly pleasing to look at. Some more scenic shots of the Manhattan skyline, Brooklyn Bridge. God, I've just been stopping, kind of hanging out, soaking it all in. Really beautiful area. Aren't too many places in the world to see this kind of stuff. All right, made it to the iconic Washington Street down in the Dumbo neighborhood. Now, he didn't know Dumbo stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, and as my tour guide cleverly put it, Shakespeare did not name the neighborhoods in New York. Most of them are very on the nose. For example, Wall Street actually used to be a wall, Canal Street used to be a canal, so on and so forth. It's actually pretty cool. They basically shut this street down to car traffic so people can stop and take their photos, which they're going to do anyway. Just going to cruise through on the bike, see how many strangers' vacation photos I can find my way into. I mean, how can you not? This is such a photogenic area. If you're ever in Brooklyn, you gotta stop in Dumbo, take a few pictures. Alright, back on the subway, heading back into Manhattan. Got the whole car to myself, and there's some used needles on the floor. A little character for you. It's the big city, after all. Made our way up to Greenwich Village, and man, I must have had at least 10, 12 people tell me this is the place to go for the best pizza in the entire island of Manhattan. Bleaker Street Pizza. About to try it out. I will say, this slice on the right, what they call the Nonna Maria, it's basically kind of like a margarita pizza, which I'm not normally a huge fan of, but this is the best margarita pizza I can ever recall having. Gotta try it if you're ever in this area. This was really good. Another little daytime walk. So yesterday was uncomfortably warm. 2 days ago, actually. Now today it's cold. I've got 2 jackets on. But I got a few sites left to see, so we'll work our way through. I scored a sweet parking spot right in Soho. Good till Monday. Open on the weekends kind of thing. Just lucky block happened to be on. Rain finally let up. Not a bad evening for a little stroll, actually. Got myself a reasonably priced hot beverage. See some of the sights I hadn't seen. Took some Instagram-worthy photos over at Radio City Music Hall. We're going to check out a couple other sites off in this direction. Pretty much all the television studios are over in this area. Just down the street from Radio City is Rockefeller Center. Some cool artwork out here too. Man, just everywhere you look, there is shit to catch your eye. Case in point. St. Patrick's Cathedral, one of the oldest in the country. Drove by this the other night on our impromptu bus tour, but I'm meaning to explore it a little more. New York Public Library. Definitely seen these lions in many a film. Ghostbusters certainly comes to mind. The Day After Tomorrow, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were shot here. Christ, even the Muppets have found their way here. And you can see why. I mean, you can't not take your photo here. I mean, you can't. I don't know how it took me this long to finally get here, but I have to check out Grand Central Station. It's definitely another thing on everyone's list. And I knew I had to get in there eventually. MetLife building towering behind it. And in we go. Front entrance. That is a very large room. Kind of intimidating. Let's go in. Some cool little constellations on the roof. Some of them actually got little lights in them. These are the same windows that full 100, almost 110 years ago, people used to come up to, wait in line, get their tickets, travel all over the country. Okay, back out in the streets now. Got some more cool random artwork. Got this weird plant here that's like through the glass, growing into this building, or at least it's supposed to appear. Very well done. Coming up right out of some broken pavement. Working our way back south toward the van. It's definitely a building I recognize. Here we are inside the lobby of the Empire State Building. Not going to be going up today, unfortunately. They want $45 to ride up the elevator, which it's a little gougy. And what's not gouging you is another great pizza find. Oh my god, this place is right across from the Empire State Building. It's called Little Italy Pizza, though it's not in Little Italy. Oh, God, this pizza had so much pepperoni on it. So good. Oh, God, and that pizza was filling. Quite stuffed. Anyway, the lights just came on. Empire State Building. Got the red, white, and blue scheme going on. It looks pretty cool. Another pro tip for you. These link things are all over town. Pretty decent Wi-Fi off of them. You're within maybe 100, 150 feet of these little hubs. Use free Wi-Fi. That's how I was able to upload some of these videos. Dunkin' Donuts did the rest. Man, I was actually just about to crash out here in the van. See, I got a sweet parking spot. I'm on Broome Street, right in the middle of Soho. Got a protest going on here. A march of some kind. I didn't quite see what the cause was. But it looks peaceful. Got some cops walking with them. It's gonna about do it for this one. Thank my lucky stars, I'm a heavy sleeper.